So, my name is Amber. I'm going to tell you about a story that had a big impact in my life, an experience that I'll never forget. I've been a nurse for 5 years almost, and March of last year, COVID hit the nursing home that I was at, and I was on the hall that it hit the worst. I had 20-something patients who passed from COVID. The one that really sets out the most to me is, due to HIPAA, I can't tell you her actual name, but we'll say Miss Sally Sue. She and her husband had been married for 63 years. He would come in every day, eat lunch with her, eat breakfast with her, leave for a bit, and then come back and feed her supper. She come back from the hospital after the whole building had been evacuated, and she didn't look good. I knew that she didn't have much time left, so I had to make the worst phone call that I've ever made in my life. Before I even got on the phone, I could already feel the tears swelling up in my eyes. His son and her son answered the phone. Luckily, he was over there with his dad at the time because they lived right next to each other. Well, when I told him about his mother, he took it really well. You could tell that he was upset, but he took it a lot better than I did. I explained to him, and he handed the phone over to his dad. As soon as his dad got on the phone, I started bawling. And it was the worst thing to do, is to tell a husband that was that devoted that his whole world was passing that day. He showed up, and the family all did. There was only allowed 2 in the room at the time, but the others gathered outside the window. They were singing, laughing, and you wouldn't think that someone was passing away at that time. They were very happy. They all knew that she was going to be with a greater God, that she would have a better life. They knew and told her that it was okay, that she could go. As soon as it got late that night, they all convinced her husband that he could go home, that he'd been there long enough. It had been about a week. She held on. I was shocked. Everybody in the building was, because she wasn't in good shape. That night before he went home, he kissed her and told her that it was okay, that he would be okay. It wasn't an hour later, after he left the building, that she passed away. His family most of them was still there, and he went home to sleep. They went and got him and brought him back. This was about 3 in the morning that she passed away. I was on shift the next morning, and the family waited till I got back to hug me and thank me for everything that I did for them. I tell you this story because that is the one time that really showed me that you never know when it's your last day. You have to hold everyone close, get along, and love each other for as long as you can, because one day it's going to be the end. You can fuss, fight, it's normal, but at the end of the day, you're all that each other has. I'll never forget that moment and what it's taught me. The family, the good thing out of all this is the family still talks to me to this day. The son will reach out to me. He'll wish me a happy Thanksgiving, happy Easter. He even got in touch with me when he found out I'd gotten engaged. And I'll never forget that family who has become part of my family now. Thank you for your time.